Hey everyone, Mark here. Today on Seek and Review, I got 4 albums. Let's get this started right away. First album here is Ribspreader, Reap Humanity. This is the 10th album by this Swedish death metal band led by Graga Johnson, who's in like 69 bands, I think. Could be in your band. Along with Graga, we have the current drummer from Venom Inc., which is Jeremy Kling, and also DSI guitar player Tyler Nordberg. This was released on January 19th on Extreme Music. This is a good death metal release. Nothing really surprising here, just good old school death metal. I get a lot of bloodbath vibes on this album. It's my first time listening to this band, giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Some killer tracks on this album are The Skeletal Towers, The Fleshless Gathering, and Inhuman Forder. Yeah, so if you like death metal, especially like something like Bloodbath, a little bit more straightforward, this is probably this album's for you. Next album I have here is Sovereign, Alter Realities. This also came out in January 19th on Dark Descent Records. It formed in Oslo in Norway in 2018. And this is their debut album. This is like a death thrash band. It's like early 90s meeting like late 80s vibe. For me, it's like Pestilence. It has like a Pestilence vibe, especially the first 3 albums of Pestilence. So already brings some proggy elements to the songwriting, which is pretty cool, and even some synth work on this album. The production even sounds it came from like the early 90s as well. I gave this album an easy an 8 out of 10 because I do love that early 90s like prog style, like Death and Pestilence really brought it that vibe as well. So yeah, so 8 out of 10. It's a really good listen if you like that early 90s prog death thrash style. Third album I have here is Almost Dead, Destruction Is All We Know. This was released on this past Friday, so yesterday, on January 26th on Inner Strength Records. This band formed in 2002 in California. The vocalist Tony Rondelli, he's the only OG left in this band. So what can I say about the album? I mean, it has hardcore, it has groove, it has some keyboards, and it has breakdowns. It has a lot of breakdowns. I mean, a lot of breakdowns. Some really punchy tracks on this album, which you can definitely throw down and throw some haymakers to. Some Pantera / like Lamb of God moments and vibes to some of the songs. Definitely has like a Hatebreed vibe with the breakdowns. Yeah, there's some like synth noises that surprised me on here, but to be honest, it's unnecessary in my books. Also, this is the band's 6th studio album, so I don't know, maybe they just wanted to do something different to their sound. I'm giving this album like a 6 out of 10. It's okay. If you like Hatebreed and a lot of breakdowns, this album's probably for you. It's okay. It's a 6 out of 10. Last album I have here is Lower Form Resistance by Dissimulator. This was released yesterday, January 26th on 20 Buck Spin. 20 Buck Spin is like the new Roadrunner Records back in the day, you know, before they turned to shit. So, but yeah, 20 Buck Spin bands are really good. It's always something heavy, some kind of usually something creative, something heavy is going on with 20 Buck Spin bands. So it's always a good listen. So, but I digress. Let's move on. This band's from Montreal, Quebec. This is sci-fi death thrash. So if you take like Voivod, Vector, and like a death metal band, and throw them into like a shaker and just shake it up, this is what you're gonna get. Some odd and weird timing to match the robotic vocals from time to time. It has its moments of like a death metal style vocals, anywhere from like a Cannibal Corpse style. The death metal style by guitarist and vocalist Claude Leduc. I mean, he's just a monster on the vocals, and he's just an amazing guitar player as well. There's insane bass playing by Antonio Dejanay, and to match all that, you have to have an incredible and insane drummer by Philip Bosher. Honestly, if you take Killing Technology by Voivod and Vector and throw in some Cannibal Corpse in there, and this is what you're gonna get. An 8 out of 10. It's a really good listen. It kept me entertained. It kept me on my toes. Yeah, just the odd time and the weird Voivod elements that these guys add really kept me entertained. So yeah, check these albums out. Let me know what you think, and remember, everybody, metal never dies. Cheers.